Yo, what's up, everybody? It's William for the brand new video for you guys today. Welcome to the channel. Today's the first of two discussion videos I want to have with you guys. This is a sport discussion video. This isn't about FC or anything like that. It's strictly about sports, particular nwsl. So in the nwsl, today I want to talk about is Angel City. We need to talk about Angel City because Angel City should not be in the situation that they're in, where they're struggling as much as they're struggling, and something has to give. So when Angel City fired their last coach, I forgot who it was, but we brought in Becky Tweed as, you know, basically like a temporary coach until we find someone who was better. But they had such a good stretch after, you know, bringing in Becky Tweed to where, you know, they just kept her. It's like, hey, she's doing really good, keep Becky Tweed. Here we are with another season, and you know, is the team's struggling again. And I don't want to be the person who's just like, it's the manager, it's the manager, it's the manager. No, coaches coach and players play. Sometimes players just aren't, you know, doing what they need to do, and we can kind of say that with this team. For example, the fullbacks for Angel City aren't great. Mostly when it comes to the starters, we're not starting Ma Vigiola. I think Ma should be starting on the right as a right fullback. Love Madison Hammond, but you know, I feel like she doesn't have that anticipation that you want your defenders to have, and you know, there's like a little bit of struggle on that on the flanks. So you have that, and then you have the fact that the midfield can't create chances. Now, I will say this: they did do a great thing at bringing in Rocky Rodriguez to play in the midfield. Rocky Rodriguez is a great player, and you know, she has done decent this season. But Rocky Rodriguez is kind of like that Swiss Army knife kind of player where you can rely on her on defense, you can rely on her to create chances, you can rely on her to attack. But outside of her in the midfield, there's a lack of shot creation in the midfield for Angel City. So, you know, you have this team who has Alyssa Thompson as a winger, you know, one of the futures of U.S. women's soccer. You have Christian Press, who's injured, you know, she's working her way back. You have Sydney Leroux, you know, a legend in her own right, but no one's capable of giving them service. Right, so you have this midfield outside Rocky Rodriguez who aren't creating things for the attackers to attack. A lot of Angel City games are coming down to them losing by one goal, or just them not scoring at all because they aren't getting any chances created. And when you do get Christian Press back, you know, you will have this amazing player as your forward, but who's going to create the chances? This is the same issue that another team we're going to talk about in the next video has, where it's like, who's creating the chances? You need to have people who are creating the chances. We haven't really seen much of June Endo. I don't remember if June is injured or not. There's no script for this video, so I'm gonna have to like actually look it up, because I do remember her getting injured like last season. I don't know if that bleeds into this, if it like gets into this season. Yeah, she had an ACL injury last year, so she's probably out this year too. ACLs usually are like a full year thing. So there's no June Endo. Christian Press is working her way back. Probably still won't see Press this year. If we do, probably like towards the end of the season. And then you have the keeper problem. Last season, Didi Heritage was pretty bad. So they took her out and started playing Angelina Anderson. And then Angelina started having some rough games. So they put Didi Heritage back in. This team needs a keeper. This team needs a keeper. This team needs another midfielder outside Rocky Rodriguez who can create chances. And his team also, you know, probably needs like a second defender. Sarah Gordon is one of the best center backs in North America, but it's just Sarah Gordon by herself. I'm not saying that like Mira Matthias is like not a good player or anything like that. I don't think anyone on this team is a bad player. I want to make that perfectly clear. I'm not one of those people who's going to call someone a bad player. I don't think anyone on this team is a bad player, but part of a team is having people who have cohesion and chemistry with what you're trying to do. So if you're the coach or the manager, you have to have players who fit your formation, who fit your tactics. And clearly, what's going on in Angel City is the players don't fit Becky Tweed's formation and tactics. So does that mean you need to put more faith in Becky Tweed to find players who can fit those tactics? Or you move on from Becky Tweed and find someone who can? The next video, we're going to talk about a potential there. I don't want to say Becky Tweed should lose her job. That's not what I want to say. But something has to give with this team. You can't have Press come back at the end of the year, in this season or next season, and still have the same problem where you can't create chances for her to score, or Alyssa Thompson to score, or for you know, for Sydney Leroux to score. Or matter of fact, we haven't really been using Messiah Bright. Messiah Bright was one of the bright stars of NWSL who barely plays. How are we barely playing Messiah Bright? Again, we have all this firepower, but nothing comes from it. You have all this firepower. Messiah Bright, Alyssa Thompson, Giselle Thompson is kind of like, you know, coming in as a defensive player, and she's doing decent too, but she's, you know, she's young. You have Sydney LaRue, a legend. Kristen Press is injured, but she's working her way back. June Endo will be back next season more than likely. Who's providing the service? You see, looking around at the other teams, let's take Washington Spirit, for example. Washington Spirit, their first draft pick, or one of their first draft picks, I think they had more than one first round draft pick. They took Crow Bethune. And Crow's having an amazing season. She's creating chances, like, and she's not just scoring. She plays midfield for the Spirit, but she's also just racking up a lot of assists. She's that one player has changed up that team's like midfield when it comes to chance creations. Because when it came to the Spirit, they understood, hey, we have all this firepower. We have Trinity Rodman, one of the best players in the world. We just need someone who can feed the ball to her. We just signed Sar. We need someone who can feed the ball to Sar. And who do they draft? They draft Croy Bethune. And that's exactly what she's doing. Mind you, Spirit next coach, because right now they have a temporary coach, their next coach is Jonathan, the head coach of Barcelona. So he is going from coaching Alexi Putellas, he's going from coaching Atana Bamonti and Grant Hansing and Lucy Bronze, and like just the world's most stacked team is Barcelona, the reigning, defending UEFA Champions League champions. Like, so he's going from that to going to, you know, this team, Washington Spirit. He's going to have that firepower. So again, you really, really, really want to improve your team to fit the coach, to fit the tactic, to fit the formation. So going back to Angel City, what needs to change? Is it Becky Tweed, you know, being moved off? Is it Becky Tweed realizes herself, hey, what we're trying to do isn't working. Let's change the tactics or change the formation. Let's do something. Let's rotate players around. Let's move someone to a different side of the field. Let's maybe move Maddie to, you know, the midfield. What do you want to do? You have to figure something out when it comes down to these teams. I don't know, but it's really annoying watching Angel City play. And for those who don't know me, I don't have a particular favorite NWSL team because my hometown doesn't have a team. I watch every game. I've watched every single NWSL game since the inception of NWSL. I have multiple screens in my room, so I can make sure I never miss a game. But I do favor the San Diego Wave. I do favor the Spirit, and I do favor Angel City. Why? My favorite player, Christian Press, is on Angel City. One of the other favorite players, well, a lot of my favorite players on the Wave, Gurma, Dog Camper, Shaw, you know, then on the Spirit, Trinity Rodman. So like I tend to favor them. So Angel City, I want to see them do better. I don't know what it's going to take, but I want to see them do better. Something has to give with this team. I don't know who they can go get when it comes to, because a lot of teams are starting to go out and get people from Europe. You know, like Gotham signed, I think it's Chelsea. I think one of Chelsea's goalkeepers got signed by Washington, Berger. And then Sar for Spirit, she played somewhere. She played internationally. They got KC got Chowinga's sister Chowinga. So like a lot of teams are making moves to bring in. I think Spirit also just signed, like recently just signed a Man City player. So a lot of these other teams who are good and trying to stay good are signing European players. Angel City needs to do the same thing. You need to start dipping your toes in that European market, bring some of the moves to NWSL and help this team out because it needs help. You need to get a better keeper because it's not Didi. You need to get a partner for Sarah Gordon. Again, I think Giselle Thompson is good, but she's young, so you kind of want to have another veteran there who you can rely on. Something has to give Angel City. All I said, that's it for your boy. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Catch you guys in the next one. I'm out of here. Deuces.